Oh man, after a couple serious videos, huh? Like I had a real serious video that you guys saw today. I guess you'll be seeing this tomorrow or whatever. But like, the one about the murderous AG. And then I did one about Candace and this new leaked text message showing how the donors are bullying people and making them say things with, behind threats or whatever. But now to lighten things up a little bit, I want to show you one of the American thought leaders who has now taken it upon himself to go head to head with the Vice President of the United States. Now, you might be asking yourself, why would a left-wing streamer who does not have any political power and certainly not enough money to be able to control courts that he can't necessarily foresee what is going to be going on in it, why would he feel so bold as to challenge the second most powerful person in the world, especially when that said person is mourning the death of his best friend and actually specifically cited Destiny himself as someone that he wanted to target from, law enforcement, right? Because that is exactly what happened, and Destiny has now responded. And it is like, I've seen people who are not good at managing, like risk assessment. I don't think I've ever seen a decision this like where you kind of look, you're all right, what's the upside, what's the downside, what's the risk, what's the whatever, where there is literally not one bit at all of upside, none, not one bit. The downside, a little different, Like, listen, I know Destiny is the smartest left-winger in the world, guys. He's the smartest. Haven't you heard? Haven't you guys seen him debate people? Like, come on, dude. Give the man his props. This guy can debate. Now, this is going to be a disjointed video. I decided I want to show you a different part of what the forthcoming video is before we do the next part. I'm going to jam this in there because we actually have a situation of animal abuse, okay? And this is actually kind of a conversation that I want to have because people who abuse dogs or cats or whatever says a lot about that person. Now, I was not a Hasan guy. Of course I'm not a Hasan guy, but I haven't spent any time paying attention to him at all. Like, people are like, Hasan's the worst. And I watch him and I'm like, he's a retard. Like, he's an actual retard. Like, Destiny, the reason why I pay attention to him is because, I told you, dude. I can see what Destiny is at least extremely intelligent. I respect his intelligence. That's, I was much more likely to pay attention to what he's doing. Hasan's retarded. Like, Hasan's not a smart person. Okay. He's like dumb as fuck. So I don't really pay attention. However, I didn't know that he was mean to dogs, and he is apparently facing a big scandal because he used a shock collar on a dog, and that is like not allowed or something like that. And so like they might kick him off Twitch for animal abuse or whatever. And I'm here to tell you, okay, the reason I changed this order is because I have actual legit input to tell you, because it's this huge fucking thing online about whether or not he actually used a shock collar. I'm telling you 100 million % he used a shock collar. There's not any question about this. I'm going to show you the clip, and we got more to talk about. Okay. So here's this is for Hasan. Okay. And he's like, this whole clip is fucking amazing, but listen to how upset he is and listen to why he's upset when he shocks the dog.
Emblematic of all of America's much more consequential violence. Okay? It's the same reason as to why America, Kaya, please just fucking go, just stop.
So this video is not the one that I thought it was, because we cut off the beginning apparently here on this one. Because in the beginning, he says, I fucking hate this country, man. I hate this country. And I was like, I wonder where he's going with this. Where he was going was he was complaining because his internet was slow in Los Angeles. Swear on my life, dude. That is how this started. And he starts going off like how upset he is. And that's how it started. I hate this country because he had slow internet in Los Angeles. Okay. Hilarious. So the reason that's also relevant is because if you go back again and you watch what the dog's doing, the dog is stirring because the dog loves him and is concerned that he is agitated. The dog probably very much wants to come over and check on, wants to go check on Hasan, because that's how dogs are. Okay. If they're the person that they're fucking imprinted on is upset, they want to either go over there and make sure they're okay, or at least go over there and put their head on him. So they will tell them like, I'm not mad at you. Okay. It's not rocket science. Okay. Like, just Pay attention to the dog and imagine that you actually had to care about how it feels. You selfish fucking cocksucker, Hasan. Okay, so watch it again. The dog is uncomfortable, A, and also wants to go check on him, and then he shocks him.
Of all of America's much more consequential violence, okay? It's the same reason as to why...
See, he knows he's not allowed off of that little thing. That's why he's kind of creeping off. But he's doing all of this because he's nervous.
America, Kaya, please just fucking just stop.
He literally says, Kaya, please. The dog immediately starts going back on the dog. God damn it. This fucking cocksucker, dude. Okay, so I know for sure that's a shock collar because I have used a shock collar on my pit bull a million years ago, but it was like we didn't put it high or whatever, and we did it solely so that I could take him to like really wide open places and let him rip. There was no other way I could think of where I could feel confident that I could let him rip, and then I let him know that I want him to come back, and then he would come back. Okay, so that's how I had a shock collar. I wasn't fucking abusing him like that. It's just, and we had it low, just enough to be like, "What's up, dude? Come back." And then if like he's being a little fucking prick about it, he's taking advantage of my generosity. I'm letting him run 300 fucking yards over there, and now I'm looking at him. He's 70 yards away, and he's pretending he doesn't know he's supposed to come back. And then I'll turn it up a little bit and be like, "Come back," and he'll look. That's still good dog ownership while using the same tool as this dog abusing fucking psycho who did it because his dog literally asked if it could come off very politely. Okay, like dogs don't speak English, you fucking weasel. How does the dog ask you, can I get off this 2 foot by 3 foot thing that you have locked me on? Is it politely puts its feet out and he's asking you. Hasan says, get back on there angry. And while the dog immediately responds and says, okay, he fucking shocks him. Okay? Now, do I see him as like some kind of like psychopath? No, he is a spoiled, self-centered fucking idiot whose dog, who's very polite, well-behaved dog, is just nothing but a nuisance to him, right? He's like, just sit on that thing over there. Do not move off of that. I don't understand how people get through life so oblivious to the fucking beings around them, Like, you have no empathy. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I might, people think empathy. They think soft, like, I don't know, soft little girl. Oh, it's so empathetic. It's like, empathy means that you can think and understand how other people feel. And I don't know. That's how I identify it. It's like, I am overloaded with empathy. Like that's all I think about. It doesn't mean I'm trying to go find a way to give people daisies and flowers, but I certainly can recognize a selfish cocksucker who is basically abusing this fucking animal that did nothing wrong at all, dude. And again, if he's trying to pretend that he did not use a shock collar, which I know he is, like publicly, that is a fucking lie. I literally will bet you, I would let someone castrate me if I'm wrong about that. Straight up. That's how fucking positive I am. There is no question. He 100% is using it. I know the shock collar would, like, trust me. There's no question. That sound, and that means he has it high too, okay? That means he has it high. When they go, whoop! And I only did that on mine when he fucking earned it and was being a little cocksucker and was like, no, I'm not coming back, Dad. He just pretend he's not here. I've already given him fucking a bunch of warnings. It's like, his shit's coming. Your dog doesn't get to tell you what it's going to do. You need to be a good owner and understand what it's like to be a dog and give them what they need, but they still, they're still like kids, Nah, I'm feeling kind of cool over here. No, you're not. You don't have to do it often, but nonetheless, okay? 100% he used it.
Jesus Christ. What are you doing? You're being such a baby. It's just, you're making her stressed. She just literally is so incredibly spoiled from my mom. Emblematic of all.
Spoiled. The dog is on a fucking, like a single plate of wood and literally was like, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Gets up, keeps 2 feet on the thing they're supposed to be on and just stands there. Did not even leave the thing that it's not allowed to leave. And he shocks it and then says, this thing is so fucking spoiled because of my mom. Spoiled. Spoiled. You're keeping it locked in a 3-foot space, you fucking psycho. Put a shock collar on him, dude. And then put him in like a small bathtub and be like, he's like, hey, can I come out? You just shock him every time. When he asks for something, just shock him and then tell him he's spoiled. He hasn't eaten in fucking 3 days. I'm starving. Shock him. Jesus, shut up, man. You're so fucking spoiled. When I let my wife, babysit this fuck, she was giving him sandwiches when he asked for them. Okay, you can survive for like 7 days. It's only been 3. Jesus. These people are such garbage. Like, this is what I'm saying. Like, the left versus the right now. It's like, especially in like the online space, like in this vicinity where it's like, okay, hey, we're driving culture. I mean, like, I realize that there are a lot of sorry asses in the country, like in general, that like, so yeah, I guess there needs to be a place for people who don't know how to live or have like, they're like, oh, I just play video games. I don't, like play video games and I deliver pizzas. There's a lot of people like that. And I can understand why they would think fucking Hasan's cool, I guess. They're like, oh, he just gets to stream all day and makes lots of money. You're all right. And he shocks his dog. Talks about how he hates America, pretends he's a communist while he lives in a fucking $5 million house. He's a fucking outright fraud. He has his mommy watch his dog. Like, and then he lies about using a shot caller. And then you got Destiny over there who's like running a fucking, a revolving door brothel for all the fucking little creep girls that are like, my dad told me that I'm not pretty. He's all, well, you're not pretty, but you know what? I can mind fuck you into having sex with me, and then I'm going to go ahead and take some videos, and I'll probably share them with the next girl that I'm going to mind fuck because I find the girls that hate themselves. I don't know why. I don't know what it is. Would you ever like to like hang out with some girls that are like not crazy? And then he'll say something like, he's like, no, I like the crazy ones. And that's like a cop out for people who, they're like, they act like the crazy ones know how to fuck better. It's not even fucking true, dude. Okay. I fucked a lot of crazy girls. Let me actually, before I fucking say that, let me actually run a, you know what? Actually, I take this back, to be perfectly honest, dude. I have no fucking idea. The majority of the girls I had sex with, I didn't know very, like, super well. And the ones that I had sex with consistently, like, were crazy because I was in a relationship with them. So, you know what? I'm not a good person to ask. You know what? I'm just going to give him that one. He probably does know, like, crazy because he likes to figure out how they work and get inside their little dumbbell brains and then conquer them and then tell him about how he uses butt plugs. All right. So he is also, this is funny though, for the record. So he posts this, Hasan Piker's dog shock collar controversy explained. So this is like getting written about, bro. and then look at this. Okay. Destiny posts, first there was K911, now Dogtober 7th. That's fucking funny, dude. That's funny. Okay? That is funny. See, dude? There's good and bad in everyone, right? Destiny might, recklessly say fuck you to the, VP who could probably just have him killed if he wanted to and certainly could get him arrested. And I would be like, that's pretty dumb, Got an underage girl scandal going on right now. Another case from some whatever and, every other thing that we've ever talked about. But he is fucking funny in this post. That is funny. Dogtober 17th, dude. K911. That's fucking good, man. And he did it in all caps because he knew it was fucking funny. That shit is funny, man. Anyway, Hasan, if you want to come over and, like your career seems like you're like one decision away from being in trouble. And I seem to be on this way. I think it's fair to assume where I'm going to be in 2 years. If you ever need some extra work, you can come and sit in this 6x4 area right here. And you could just continually clean the same area. And if you walk out, I will dog shock you and I will pay you $700 a month to do that. But you have to work full time. Okay. That's an offer from me to you. Don't tell anybody else though, because I don't want to make that for everybody because it's a really special job reserved for people who dog shock fucking shock collar dogs that are politely asking their daddy if they can go get some fucking water and food. You fucking selfish psycho. Let's go both ends of the spectrum. Okay. Like let's look at one that is pointless and stupid first, right? Check this out.
But here, backing up, the turning down of the rhetoric should come from the president in your mind. In my mind, I think it should come from online media influencers because they are influencing the culture. And
yeah, but everybody on the right takes notes from Trump.
Well, so, I mean, spoiler alert, guys. Like, if he's not talking about Trump, he's much, much smarter. Okay? Much smarter, right? See, watch. Like, I'm just going to, at random, pick this one, which is Ben Shapiro and him. And he actually respects Ben Shapiro. So he is not doing like a very, very condescending thing that he does sometimes when he doesn't like someone. Like, you should watch when I went on his show a couple years ago and he was really mad because I said he was a drug addict, sniveling wheel. I don't remember, you know. But he really respects Ben Shapiro's intelligence. And so this is him at his best.
If you guys need aid, however many billions, you can have it. Meanwhile, Trump, I think, was threatening to...
Wait. I thought for sure there was going to be a point that he had that didn't involve Trump. Well, whatever. Let's just say that sometimes being able to debate well doesn't necessarily translate into good decision making, right? So we're going to take a look at this because he called J.D. Vance an absolute pussy bitch. And that, again, is in response to Salisbury wrote that Vice President J.D. Vance wanted to pursue criminal cases against 2 Florida influencers who were, quote, preaching violence on social media. The messages did not specify the identities of the pair and said prosecutors had denied one of the cases. Now, I'm going to say probably we're talking about Destiny. I mean, who knows? Who knows? But I am going to actually, for one time, guys, not for one time, I don't actually care enough to do you hate Destiny? Are you kidding me, dude? I don't hate anybody. Destiny is not even close to a big enough deal for me to hate. But I do think that it's not me defending him is probably, a little bit more rare than me being like, look at how awesome he is. And so I'll defend him on this one thing, which is that when he was overtly trying to drive violence towards Republicans, he did it in a way where, in a court of law, it was pretty well cloaked. Conservatives need to be more afraid of getting killed so that whatever he said, something about turning down the rhetoric, so your rhetoric currently is that we need to be afraid of getting killed so that we can turn down the rhetoric. You're like, I mean, there's only one of us that's talking about the other side getting killed. So what the fuck are you talking about? You know what I mean? But clearly what he said is not a direct threat, right? Not a direct threat. Now let's compare that to the the Attorney General in, whatever we've been talking about all day in Virginia, right? Jay Jones. He said, I would put 2 bullets in the head of the Speaker Gilbert. Okay. And that right there, to anyone who is in law enforcement at the DOJ level, that is how you can start arresting people for this stuff without opening a can of worms that is a violation of the First Amendment. Like, I agree with Destiny, not at all that JD Vance's a pussy bitch, but I do agree with him because I would assume that he would say that he's not guilty of a crime of inciting violence. For once, I think on the legal basis, he's right? Really sneaky what he did, but he's right. The other guy, okay? Hey, I was just, I'm just talking. I'm just I was just hyperbole. You're all, no, you said I will put 2 bullets in that guy's head, Because listen, if we live in a world where people need to be very careful about saying the words, I put 2 bullets in that guy's head, I don't think that that's necessarily a world I'm very concerned about. Now, if I have to worry about people taking shit I said out of context, unless I directly make a threat to do something, that's, I don't even remember which side of I've been talking for a long time, dude. I don't want to live in a world where I can't just say shit unless I'm, I want to be able to say whatever I want except directly threaten people with murder, right? Unless it's self-defense. You know what I mean? I would never shoot Destiny unless he was shooting at me. I'm just kidding. I'm not shooting Destiny, dude. You guys, come on. All that fucking 17 to 19-year-old streamer babes. What the fuck? What do you call those girls? Like nicknames for these little groupie hoes. I know, I don't know if any of you guys have ever run in a circle of NFL players or pro athletes, but you call them pro hoes. Okay. They only fuck professional athletes. There are a lot of them and they are super hot almost all the time. They also seem to be kind of tall though. I like my ladies small. I like me a little 5'4" and under. Gabrielle's 5'3", 110 pounds. That's my Gabrielle's just my wheelhouse always, But if you see a girl who's 5 foot, that's I would say 3 inches under my normal. That's super hot. 5'6" is that's still hot, but you go a little bit taller, I'm like, eh. I'm sorry, tall ladies. Listen, I'm 5'10", dude. I like to be able to carry my lady around in one arm, which I could do no matter what size they were because I'm super fucking strong. But nonetheless, okay, obviously I have really important things to say, which is why we are just talking in circles. But so check this out. Speaking of Destiny and his legal problems.